It's Farm Friday, and my name is David. But maybe I should start by saying what's not good is this weather. It's been pretty cold, pretty rainy the past couple days, and I had a bunch of stuff planned for us today that can't really do now because of the weather. Everything's too wet. I wanted to get into the soil, and it would be really bad for the soil. It would compact it. So I'm not really sure what to do. Yeah, I don't know. I should have filmed this earlier in the week. I had a routine going, and I was filming on this day, editing on that day, and I thought that it would be fine, and it rained just a little too much, and my routine got broken. Yeah, thanks to the weather. So I guess we're just gonna cut it short this week, and say have a good week. Go ahead and just don't do anything, and wait it out. Cool. My name is David, and this was Farm Friday. Until next time. Ha! Yeah, right. Y'all thought. Boom, boom, boom. This is Farm Friday, y'all, and I am David. What's good? Just because our routines get broken up a little bit doesn't mean that we can't do what we gotta do. All right? So, originally I was planning on talking about how to build a routine, but maybe what we can talk about instead is what to do when your routine shifts, when it gets broken, when something else needs to happen. COVID-19's got us all sheltering in place, disrupting our lives in ways that we never thought would have happened. And that means that our normal routines aren't what we want them to be. A lot of us have had to completely shift our lifestyles, and that breaks up our routines that we work so hard to build. So, what can we do? What can we do? Well, what I'm trying to do right now is shift my mindset. I'm trying to shift my mindset from thinking about what I don't have and what I can't do to what I do have and what I can do. It's the mindset. It's the difference between living a life of scarcity versus living a life of abundance. I'm not trying to say just, look on the bright side, look at this and that. We're all dealing with different obstacles, and we're all trying to access our basic needs. So, what I can tell you is that I will not sit still through this pandemic. I will not go to sleep. And instead, what I'm going to try to do is continue momentum. I won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Continue the momentum, so that way, once I can return to my normal routine, I'm ready. I have everything I need. All the tools I need to do for this upcoming Farm Friday will be ready. My equipment will be ready. My mindset will be ready. My health, everything will be set up for me to jump in and just go. So how can we set ourselves up for that? What will it look like for you? Well, I know that for me, there's a lot of little things, some big things that I can do to make sure that once the soil is dry and I'm not being interrupted by this weather, that I can return to my normal routine in a way that will serve my community. And ultimately, the goal is to grow food for everybody and to provide some light in a time of darkness. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to do everything I need to do. Let's go. Let's go. Can't sit anymore. So, what can we do? Well, depends on what routine got broken up for you. Well, I know I'm going to need my spade for when I am ready to do everything. So, I got my spade right here, and yeah, it would get the job done, but it sure could use some love. So, I'm going to sharpen my spade so that when I do go back to work, my tool is ready and it's sharp, and it's going to be easy to get back into the groove. Can't do sports anymore? Okay. Well, once they start back up again, are you going to be in shape to be able to continue that? What can you do now to make sure you are? I'm going to waterproof my boots. because nothing is worse than wet socks when you're trying to work. When it's all good to go and things are back to normal, my boots are ready. Then I'm gonna drink some water. You're not in school, you're learning via digital media. And that's annoying. And that's really hard because you're not used to learning that way. And you might be losing momentum on your educational goal, trying to do all kinds of things, and you lose momentum because nothing is happening, or at least you don't see where it can happen. So if you're trying to go to college, can you read some books? Now the soil is too wet to actually get in and start clearing everything and start digging the beds, but what I can do is pull out all the weeds that are on the edge of the field, so that way they don't spread seeds over to our beds when it's time to plant. So, getting rid of all this. You know what I mean? That way, we're ready. When the time comes, we're ready. There was something that you were gonna go out and do that got canceled. That's too bad. Is there a way that you can research that thing and get even more knowledgeable about it, so that way when it's time to go out and do it, you're more of an expert than you ever thought you could have been? We can't plant plants in the ground right now, but what I can do is figure out this irrigation. This is how we get in the routine of watering our plants once we have them in the ground, but this is kind of a mess. So what I can do right now is figure out how to get it all together, what parts I'm gonna need, what I'm gonna need to do, and how it's gonna look when it's all set up out there. That way, once it's time to actually plant and work the soil, we already have a plan. And then I'm gonna drink some more water. Maybe you don't cook enough, or you don't know how to cook, and that causes you problems sometimes down the line. Well, maybe now is the time to spend some extra couple hours in the kitchen, figure out what you like to eat and what you're good at cooking. Another thing I can do is eat the sandwich. So that way, later on, the Tupperware container doesn't get so moldy that I have to throw the whole thing out. You know what I mean? Staying ahead. This sandwich exists because I had a routine of meal planning, and I knew that I'd be on the I knew that I'd get hungry while I was filming this video. So I set myself up for success. Now, I'm ready. I'm gonna pick a lemon. Then I'm gonna put this lemon in my water. And guess what I'm gonna do with that? You gotta spend time with siblings and parents and maybe even extended family you got inside the house, your cousins, your tias, your tios, your grandparents. Well, that might be annoying, but when things return back to normal, you can get in your routine. You won't be able to spend all that time with them. So maybe now is the time to develop that relationship. Build it, make it stronger. Once things get back to normal, I'm gonna need to use this wheelbarrow. But this wheelbarrow's wheel has been so squeaky, I don't even wanna use it. So now, since I can't actually use it in the field, what I'm gonna do, throw some WD-40 on there and stay ahead of the game. That way, once it's time to work again, my wheelbarrow's ready, and I don't have to hear that squeak again. Beautiful. You can't go and do the same things with your friends anymore. That sucks. But maybe you can organize your wardrobe, your closet, get rid of some old clothes, upgrade some clothes that you had before, you know what I mean? Customize them, add a patch or something. Sew that hole in your shirt. So that way, when you can't hang out with everybody, you got the freshest fits. And this is my favorite work shirt, but this button keeps popping off. And every time I try to button it, it just flies off. So, I'm gonna make sure that my fit is ready for work. I'm gonna sew it back together. I'm gonna chew some xylitol gum. Because I don't want cavities. Because when the weather gets back to normal, I don't wanna have to go to a dentist appointment. Then I can't work. Maybe normally you don't floss every day. Now's your chance to floss more. And that way, when you see everybody again, you can have some pearly whites to show off. It's a lot of weight to hold, all the things that are going on in the world right now. Instead of trying to hold that weight in one place, shift it around. Work out different muscles with that weight. What I'm offering is to stay active, to be proactive, because our life goals haven't changed. 2020 is still going to be a good year for us if we do it with intention. And at the end of this, you'll be stronger, much stronger, in places that you didn't even know you could build strength in. And that's resilience, y'all. That's how we adapt. And if we're active and intentional in that way, we're not just going to get through it. We're going to come out on the other end stronger than we ever have before. And last thing I will say is, my name is David. This is Farm Friday. Thanks for joining us, y'all. And we will see you next week. Have a good weekend.